the necessity of getting life insurance. It doesn't matter what type of policy it is or anything like that, but the necessity of getting it sooner rather than later. And what do I mean by that? This term, or this response, I'll think about it. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, I'll think about it, when clients or potential clients talk to me about life insurance. And I understand this is a big life decision. Not only is it a life decision, it's a financial one. So when people tell me I'll think about it, they have every right to think about it. But the one thing that they don't consider is what could happen after the fact. If they think about it for too long, or they think about it and then something happens after. Earlier this week, I had spoken to someone that had their typical response, which is there's nothing wrong with their response. Showed them the numbers, did my presentation. They said, I'll think about it. And it wasn't an extraordinary life insurance plan or anything like that. It was just a small little term life insurance plan. But that was not the first conversation I had with this person. I did it about a month ago, and I did a follow-up earlier this week just to see how they were doing, if they were still considering it, and lo and behold, they were. They were actually considering it, and they were planning on calling me. The only thing is that there was something that happened between our first interaction and our second interaction that completely changed the outcome and the policy that I had offered them. Between the first interaction that we had and the second one, the person actually had to get a full physical. They had to go to the doctor and get a physical. I don't know what for. I don't know if it was just scheduled or it was an actual health-related concern, but they got a physical. And on that physical, the person ended up getting blood work and whatnot, and it turns out that they are diabetic. And that completely changed the trajectory of what I could offer them. Prior to that, the term life insurance plan that I was trying to get them was going to be just shy of $60 a month, okay? And it wasn't a huge plan or anything. It was just their age and their stature and whatnot. They only wanted a certain amount, so it was only about $250,000 face amount, but the life insurance policy was for $250,000. And it was just shy of $60, $56 or something. And it was for like 30 years or so. However, that was during our first interaction. After that interaction, the one that we had last week, I ended up asking, just basically went over everything again. And during that interaction, the person told me that they had done a physical, and it turns out that they were diabetic. After all their blood work and whatnot came back, it was like, oh yeah, but that's not gonna affect it, is it? And I said, yeah, it is gonna affect it, because A, I know about it now, and even if you hadn't revealed that information, the insurance carriers are going to find out. They're going to find out regardless. They already have all your information. We're not going to fake anything. We're not going to put any incorrect information, and we're not going to keep any information from them. So, now his monthly payment was going to be a little over $200. And that's what this video is about. I'll think about it is a response that I hear often. And I just feel that if a person thinks about it for too long, anything can happen tomorrow. Anything. You can, God forbid, but you can die tomorrow. None of us know what's going to happen tomorrow, but we know what is going to happen today. We know what's going to happen right now. I don't even know what's going to happen a minute from now. But at this very second, when you have the option to get that protection for your loved ones, and you are being given a policy option at a certain rate with a certain classification, and it's affordable, there's that option is always best to do to get at that very moment. It's affordable. It gives you the protection that you want and need for your loved ones. And like I said, you qualify for it. That's the most important thing. Not only is it affordable, not only does it fall within your budget, but you qualify for it. Anything can happen tomorrow when we talk again, or when you talk to a life insurance agent again. Anything can happen that can completely alter the outcome of that policy that you could qualify for. And this is what this video was about. One other thing prior to me ending this video, If you want to continue seeing this type of content, educational content, life insurance content, please subscribe and share the videos. It helps me out. I'm a relatively new YouTube channel, and I'm trying to create more content, and based on what people are liking, it'll guide me in the right direction. And if you do comment, just comment the word legacy if you like this video. Otherwise, sit tight for the next video.